This is page 44 of the Year 8 Music Theory book, and this page is on tones and semitones. Now, a semitone is the distance between the closest two notes on a keyboard. I'll just get up my internet keyboard and have a listen. That's a semitone. Now, the most famous semitone, of course, is da-dum, 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 etc. If you don't know Jaws, then you don't know that. Now, here's a semitone, but this one isn't a semitone, and that's because there's another note in between it. Okay? If you go up along this row here, like climbing up a ladder, you go up semitones. So you notice between some white notes, if there's a black note, it's two semitones. If there's no black note, so it's a single semitone. And of course, going from one black note to the next black note, because there's a white note in between it, it's two semitones. Okay, so semitone is the distance in pitch between a note and its nearest neighbour. So C to C sharp, E to F, B to C, and so on. Now, when we're writing semitones and any kind of notes, well, firstly, how to write the black notes. Well, we have two things to use. One is a sharp sign, which a sharp sign means to raise the note by one semitone. And the flat sign here is to lower the note by one semitone. So we go from B to B flat, C to C sharp. Now, some of you may know already that each note, even C, has two names. So if you think of this being D, D to D flat. So this note here has two names, it's C sharp and D flat. What about these two? Well, if you go F flat, flatten the F by a semitone goes to E. So E, another name for E, is F flat. And similarly, if you go to E sharp, another name for F is E sharp. So all notes have different names, and sometimes they actually call them B sharp if they're in a particular strange scale. Like C sharp major, you'd have a B sharp. That's a bit later on. Now, write notes one semitone higher as shown in the first and second bars. So here's a G sharp, which is this note here, and then a semitone higher is the A. So they've got the A written in. And here we have an E. Semitone higher is an F. So here we have an F. What's a semitone higher from the F? If we go to there, that's a tone because it's a note between it. That note there is an F sharp, and that's a semitone. So here's the F. That's higher than a semitone. That's a semitone there. Okay, so we put in a F sharp. There's actually another way we could do that, because there's a second name for that note there, and it's G flat. So we could also go, not that you should do it, just do one, G flat. Now, one thing when you're writing the notes, notice that when it's on a line, the middle of the flat and the middle of the sharp goes on the line. You'll find later on, when it's in a space, like here, the middle of the sharp is in the space, and the middle of the flat's in the space. Okay, now I think you can do those from now. And here, one semitone lower. Well, instead of going up, you go down. So I'll just get my keyboard up again. And first note's an A flat. Well, there's A. Here's A flat. And a semitone lower is that note there, which is a G. So we just put the G in. I'll just get rid of that. And here's our A flat, and we just put the G in here. Okay, so you can do that one. Now the next thing along is this sign here, and that's a natural sign. So a natural sign basically neutralizes a sharp or a flat. So it's only used when there's another one hanging around. In music, if you have an accidental in a bar, it carries on for the whole bar. So to make this note other than a B flat, you have to put a natural sign. So we're going a semitone higher than B flat. Here's the B flat. So there's B flat. Semitone higher is B. So here's B flat. In order to make that a B, we have to put a natural sign in front of it. Okay, and see if you can do the rest of that. And that's page 44. Bye.